For Johnny, the tour of inspection is over and classes have begun. Instruction hasn't ended with school days, and from now on there'll be lectures intermingled with demonstrations of practical work. This class, under a skilled instructor, is learning the basic facts about the diesel engine. The instructor stresses too how in the Morris engines, most of the components, such as the pistons, connecting rods, valves, etc., are completely interchangeable. As he explains the principle of the engine, Johnny finds many of the points which the supervisor mentioned this morning already beginning to fit into place. And then the hooter marks the end of the class and Johnny's first day is over. For Ken, though, it's just the beginning of another upside-down day. Breakfast around tea time, and then he'll be away again before the family arrive home. Eileen's job is almost over. It isn't every young florist who has the opportunity to arrange the decorations at such a big wedding. Her expert eye tells her the blossoms are as fresh as when they left the nursery and will help to make memorable someone's happy occasion. A last look around to make sure everything is right, and that's the end of the day. Back to the nursery will go the van, ready at any time to deliver other delicate consignments in the same perfect condition. And over at the factory, the men who build the vans are finishing their day too. For most of them, the going home routine is the same as usual, but not for Mr. Jackson. Tonight, he waits for Johnny, and each night from now on, they'll return together to the Jackson home. A new tradition has begun. And if the two youngsters are a little full of themselves that night, who can blame them? Pride in the work they're doing will add to their skill and efficiency. The tradition of British craftsmanship is one of the solid foundations upon which the reputation of Morris commercial vehicles is built. Night at the depot is no time for sitting around and talking. It's the time for cargoes to start rolling. Ken knows his truck has been fully serviced. But even so, no trunker will leave the depot without a personal check on all essentials. Ignition, lights, and then a physical check of the loading. Guy ropes must be just right, not too taut, not too slack. A sharp kick on each tire and the experienced driver can tell from the sound whether the pressure is low. A flat tire can be dangerous with this heavy load. A habit formed in the days of petrol. Ken checks his diesel fuel, although he knows his tank full will see him through the night. From now on, the trunker is on his own. A vehicle worth several £1,000s and a load that may be worth 4 times as much. These are his responsibility on a lonely night drive that can be full of dangers. And yet such men as Ken would choose no other job. As he rolls from the depot, whatever lies ahead in the darkness, whatever sudden danger looms, he'll have only his own skill and a dependable vehicle with which to meet it. Quickly, Ken settles into his comfortable, adjustable seat. Hands on the old familiar wheel, ahead unrestricted vision, at his feet the roar of the engine which is always ready to urge his truck tirelessly on. City traffic doesn't worry him unduly, for the excellent steering and brakes make the truck as easy to handle as a saloon car. Nevertheless, he'll be happier to leave this territory of hand signals and pedestrians and gain the open roads. The open roads where the night trunkers rule and have their own code. On, off, on with the lights, and the man in front knows he wants to overtake. When his tail is clear, he gets the signal to draw in, and never forgets to say thank you with his own tail light. The hours are ticking by now, but the schedule has to be maintained. No stopping for the dubious pleasure of roadside companionship. Just keep the wheels turning. Fast, friendly pubs where those whose work is done gather for beer and darts. Maybe there is a moment of envy for the thing he misses, but the wheels must turn. And like his fellow trunkers, he has a load to take through. The Morris commercial truck seems tireless, and the well-ventilated, comfortable cab minimizes the inevitable strain on the driver. A cigarette helps until it'll be time to pull into a roadside cafe for a meal, a rest, and a chat. Here, under the welcome sign of the BMC Drivers Club, as in hundreds of similar transport cafes, other trunkers will be taking a cheap meal and talking of drivers and trucks and loads and roads. In any one of these cafes on any night, Ken is sure to run into mates who'll give him a friendly greeting and warn him of treacherous pieces of road if conditions are bad. It's a tight, loyal comradeship that binds these men together. A comradeship as sound and reliable as the trucks they drive. But soon, sooner than they'd hoped, it's time to start the wheels turning again. Out go the drivers whose accents come from the four corners of the British Isles. And away into the darkness roll the huge trucks, headed for maybe London or Cardiff or Liverpool or Glasgow. Each powerful engine sends its steady note cutting through the black silence, until it seems that the whole island echoes with the note of the night trunkers. And so on and on through the night goes Ken to the steady hum of his engine. On to the dawn of another day of commercial activity. Activity through which the vehicles of the vast Morris organization weave their way. Carrying the burden of commerce with economy, with safety, and with reliability.